Claude AI is fast becoming my all-time favorite AI chatbot. Today, I'm going to share some secrets, tips, and ways that you can get the most out of this truly magnificent AI tool. Let's get started. I've been using most AI tools around: ChatGPT for the most part, Grok, DeepSeek, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, and Claude is a really powerful tool and one of my favorites. It is arguably the strongest AI on the market right now for writing purposes. They have just released a Claude web browsing capability as well, which was one of the Achilles heels of Claude as an AI, because you can go into Perplexity, search the web, same with Grok, same with DeepSeek, same with ChatGPT. So Claude lagging behind a little bit with this, and have just released this only in the US right now, so I can't show it yet because I'm in the UK. And it just gives Claude that leg up to be a true contender for the crown of the #1 AI chatbot on the market. I want to show you around the software so that you know how to use it and the tips and tricks that literally took me hours and days of practice to learn my way around. And Claude does some things exceptionally well and some things that you may not be aware of if you've only been using ChatGPT. So it does some very distinctive things that you can only do at the moment inside of Claude. And I'm going to share these with you. They're called artifacts. And let's dive in and have a little play. The Claude interface is very much like all of these chatbot interfaces. It's just a text box where you can enter your prompts into the screen. You have an option here to choose the model that you wish to use, and Claude 3.7 Sonnet is the latest version of Claude right now. It does have an extended thinking model, and I tend not to use that for a great deal of tasks. So for the most part, Claude 3.7 Sonnet is the best engine to use. And then here you have something quite unique to Claude, which is the style option. And you can specify whether you want the style to be normal, concise, explanatory, or formal. Now, here is a secret, and here is where Claude shines. It allows you to create and edit custom styles. So ChatGPT has custom instructions. Claude doesn't have custom instructions. It doesn't have that same mechanism. It allows you to do the same thing, but just in different ways. So here you have the ability to create writing styles, specific writing styles. This is one of the things that makes Claude better for writing, because you can specify the writing style. You can do this in custom instructions, but the way that it's set up in ChatGPT, it's a bit broader. It's not specifically for the output style. It's more about like you, bit of background about you so that it knows you. And Claude handles this a little bit differently. And in my opinion, I prefer the way that Claude allows us to edit the style and then add that personal information. We call it soul data in our Unlimited AI Lab, the free community for leaders looking to get ahead and leverage AI to stay ahead of that curve. Go and check it out at unlimitedailab.com. We call this our soul data, and in Claude, you add this in a different place. For now, you can create and edit styles and how you want those responses to look. So I tend to use the normal by default. And then if it's getting a little bit wordy, I would change it to concise. And I also use the explanatory when I want to do some creative thinking, some more reasoning, more imagineering, and just exploring of ideas and using the AI as a co-intelligence. Then the explanatory can be really helpful for stuff that I don't understand and I want more detailed exploration. Grok, incidentally, has an interesting feature called Socratic mode, and it will question and invite reflection along the way throughout the conversation. It's really powerful. This is similar, but this is more it explaining to you concepts. So you can choose your style, you can choose the model, and you can also attach files, you can attach pictures, you can connect to GitHub, and you can connect to your Google Drive. Very similar to the things that you can do in the other AI chatbots out there. Claude's projects here is a really useful way of creating that customization. So here is where you would use the equivalent of power positioning statement, and soul data, two really powerful mechanisms for teaching the AI, whichever AI you're using, about you. So if I go into this project I've created for me, you'll see up here, Claude projects. You'll see that I have added some text files. The first of these text files is my power positioning statement. Power positioning statement is who you are, who you serve, and what problem you solve. I am A. I help B to do C with D. I am Colin Scotland, a transformational AI marketing coach. I help visionary leaders and coaches to amplify their impact with AI. That's a power positioning statement. And then soul data is your purpose, your personality, and your passions, the things that make you you. And we give these to the AI so it knows a little bit more detail about who we are. And it then uses that to give better outputs. So the outputs feel more aligned with you. They feel more in tune with who you are. And then I also upload something called an ICP, an ideal client profile document. So this is a breakdown, an empathy map, a web analysis, a chain of beliefs, and prison to paradise of my ideal clients, the people that I serve, what keeps them awake at night, what are their pain points, what do they think, what do they feel, what do they see, what do they do when it comes to buying the products and services that I offer. So this gives a whole swathe of beautiful, powerful information to the AI that it can use in its responses. We teach you everything you need to know about the ideal client profile inside our Next Big Move program. This is the AI powered creator, and you can check that out at nextbigmove.coach. Once you've got this information in, every conversation, just like it does in ChatGPT, now draws on these custom instructions and the data that you've uploaded. Okay, there's your basic interface. On the left-hand side, when I put my mouse over the Claude logo here, you're going to see options to start a new chat, to set up and edit projects, and then to go into the chats here that you've had previously. So down the left-hand side, you have a list of all of your recent chats, and right at the bottom, you have your account settings. So I'm going to go into the settings option here and just quickly show you around. Your profile is set here. You can turn on artifacts. This is a powerful tool. We're going to just look at this very quickly in a second. Definitely you want to turn on artifacts. I have the prompt examples switched off only because it clutters up the welcome screen when you have that turned on. And then CSV chat suggestions. This is useful for me because I analyze like CSV files and data and stuff like that. And then feature preview, I have the analysis tool turned on, and I've connected my Google Drive. I haven't connected GitHub, but this is where you would do that if you wanted to. The appearance, again, I just have mine system appearance. You can make it dark mode, light mode, or just set by your computer. And then you can change the font as well. So default, match the system, or dyslexic friendly. So mine is just set to match system. And then you can update your account and your billing information in these two tabs here. So that is the basic showing around of how Claude works. We type our prompt into here and we hit this little icon here to send the prompt, and we begin our conversation. If we want to start a blank conversation, then we do it without using a project. If we want Claude to take account of our custom instructions, i.e. our uploaded data, power positioning, soul data, ICP, ideal client profile, then we would attach this chat to a project. Otherwise, we just begin our conversation. Okay, so now you know your way around Claude. How do we use these wonderful things called artifacts? Now, artifacts are quite unique in that they are, I'll tell you what, let me show you what an artifact is. Okay, so here's an example for you. In my coaching, I have an exercise where I have my clients paint a picture of what their dream revenue should look like. So watch this. So I've just typed some really quick instructions here that I would like to create a dream revenue calculator artifact, an interactive tool that my clients can use to set up a monthly revenue target, add their products in with price points, and explore monthly sales numbers to see what is needed to reach their monthly target. So I've done it very briefly, very quickly, just for the sake of this video. But when I hit return now, Claude is going to do something quite beautiful. It's going to create and code an interactive artifact So an experience that we can share with our clients that just closes the gap. It bridges that space between you and your clients actually getting that transformation that you're seeking to give them in your coaching process. So here, what it's doing is it's actually coding an interactive, what I call a dream revenue calculator. And this will take a few short minutes to create, but then it will look, it's done already. So here, this is the first version of this. So we set our monthly revenue target. We want to earn $10,000 a month, and current monthly revenue, gap to target, percentage of target. So here are our products. So we've got let's make this big. Oops. So I can't read the product name fields here. So I'm going to ask it to make it bigger. Revenue projection, revenue breakdown. That's interesting, isn't it? So it's given us now a place where we can set our monthly target. If we were to set that to 20,000, then you can see it's automatically updating all of this. And I can't read the product name field. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back into the chat and I'm going to say, hey, Claude, this looks great. Can you increase the name field? So I don't know how to code in JSON, right? I don't know how to do all of this. I know a little bit of HTML and CSS, but the idea here is that I can just type text instructions and Claude will do all of the busy work of the coding and the creation of this interactive artifact that I can then go and share with my clients. So you can see now it's just made an update to the way that this looks, and it's increased the product's field size so that we can more easily edit this now. Okay, so I'm going to share a link to this artifact with you in the description below, so you can go and have a look at what it looks like and you can play with it for yourself. But essentially, we set our revenue target in here and we can add our products in. So maybe product one is a low ticket course or a book. Let's say that's $49 and we sell 30 of those a month. And product two is another course. We sell 15. We can add a new product. Product three is our low ticket coaching. We sell 10 a month. So you can see as I'm adding these in, it's automatically updating the revenue and it's updating our monthly target and it's showing us the gap to target. And then here, predicting our revenue. Would you like me to add a specific prediction feature that calculates how much you need to increase sales? Yes, please. So it's such good fun. So you just kind of keep updating, playing with this tool in order to create those little changes that make it super useful and helpful for your clients. The goal in all of this is for you to create beautiful experiences for your clients. So let's see what happens now. So we're at the revenue target, 10,000. We need 100% increase in sales. So it's made a better predictor. So if we were at, let's just drop this down to 10. So now we need to, and if we're at $4,000, we need 150% increase in sales. See what happens if we exceed. So we are now at 7,900. We need a 26% increase in sales to hit our target because we're currently at 80% of target. So you can play with different product ideas in your value ladder. What if we were to add a high ticket coaching at, say, $1,500 per month, and we were to get 5 clients in at that. So you can see now we've hit the target. We've hit our 15.5K monthly revenue. We're 5.5 over, 154% target reached. Beautiful. And it's showing us the breakdown of where those sales are coming from. This is useful because I'm not going to get into coaching, but you can see how and where that revenue is coming from in your value ladder. That is beautiful. So I'm going to publish that and I'm going to share a link with you for that in the chat. And artifacts really is something that sets Claude truly apart, because without any coding experience, you can create beautiful experiences for your clients. Think quizzes, interactive forms and sheets and things that they can engage with in order to enhance that experience that they have with you and with your company, your brand, your services. It just makes things so rich and so beautiful. And that for me is one of the standout features of Claude. And it doesn't stop there. Artifacts aren't just coded interactive elements that you can share. You can also create documents. You can work on text files. You can create all manner of cool things inside of artifacts. So think lead magnets, things that you can download and create beautiful PDFs from. Artifacts is just a powerful element of Claude. I hope you've enjoyed this content. Please subscribe for more AI content every single week. My business partner Rob and I release 2 new videos onto YouTube. We run free AI masterclasses every second Wednesday at noon EST, and share this channel with somebody that needs to hear this message. I look forward to seeing you next time.